So I arrived here today. I've got about 120 acres all to myself. Beautiful rolling countryside, just me and Hogan. Might have a guest turn up later, but more on that if it happens. Set the truck up, first hour really, unloaded the truck, got everything out, played with it, cleaned it, put it away. It was a perfect opportunity. You know, this sort of stuff, this admin is quite hard to do, you know, at home on your doorstep with people watching, sort of thing, you know. So coming away, having this place to yourself, bit of peace and quiet, perfect opportunity to drag everything out, you know, my toolkit, my recovery kit, first aid equipment, all this sort of stuff, get it out, clean it, play with it, make sure it's all completely serviceable, put it away again. Same with my cooking stuff, all the knives and forks, saucepans, you know, bowl of water, drop of bleach, drop of washing up liquid, give it all a good clean, and then just put it to one side to sort of air and dry. So that's the winter over. You know, we're going into kind of spring and summer now, so hopefully it's going to get a bit more use, and everything is serviceable. You know, I've had to repair a couple of little bits and pieces, change a couple of fuses, make some additional straps and stuff. But this is all that sort of time consuming stuff, those little jobs that you never quite get around to. Well, this morning, here with the world to myself, it all got done. Okay, so I'm going to spin you around, give you a 360 of where I am, this beautiful little of England, all to myself, and you can all be green as grass. Two first brilliant spring days of the year. I've been out for both of them. Hey, this one looks like me. How are we, fellas? Okay, Hulk, got a little bit of beef left over for you. Yum yum, bubble gum. Nom, 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 nom. Super. Okay, so I've got the kitchen out. Setup is as normal. Fridge is packed. I actually bought yesterday's beef with a few more vegetables. Got a tin of oxtail soup, and bought a couple of other secret ingredients just to put in, but I'm literally just going to use up rest of the beef and have a nice kind of beef vegetable type stew. That's going to be my evening meal. Got a bit of breakfast, all the cups of tea an Englishman could possibly want for a evening out. Don't even think I'm going to put the awning up. I think I'm going to sleep under the stars. Weather forecast is brilliant, sun's up. I'm going to make the most of that, but as you know, it's probably a 5-minute job to put the awning out. I'll decide that maybe last light, but going to get the ingredients out, I suppose, get ready for a bit of scoff. It's 4 o'clock now, so if I start preparing a bit of food now, we can probably eat at 6, something like that. Hope's got his rations all sorted, so next thing, of course, is a roach video, so it's got to be a bit of cooking. Okay, so it's 7 minutes past 4. I was going to put the kettle on. I've decided to have a beer. I'm not on my own, I have a top secret guest. I think you could do one of those as well. As always, everybody, drop a relay. Cheers, welcome. Cheers. That is lovely. Now I know why I came. So there's our ingredients. I've got a parsnip, carrot, pepper, bit of cauliflower, some flat leaf parsley, and the top secret ingredient for bringing a stew to life is a tin of Heinz classic oxtail soup. So that's going in with the beef and the vegetables left over from yesterday. That's going to be a beautiful evening meal for the two of us, and Hogan's already got his scoff put to one side. Time now 4:15, so going to crack on, get it all prepped, and might even have dinner before the sun goes down. Okay, cracking on with a bit of food prep. So I'm just putting a little drop of water in the camp oven, so when I kind of peel and prepare the vegetables, they can go in some water. Just the run-of-the-mill kind of root vegetables. Top and tail your veg. Just zip the skin off. Doesn't have to be too precise because it's going in a stew. I mean, at the end of the day, this is our quick and easy, good hearty dinner. All I'm going to do with this veg is kind of dice it down. I like being a bit floury when I cook, so all these kind of stuff at funky angles and stuff just makes it, you know, a little bit more pleasing on the plate. I think a lot of people tend to forget that initially we all eat with our eyes. You know, if it looks good, most people want a bit. So a bit of parsnip, a bit of carrot, some root vegetables. Grab this bit of cauliflower that's been sitting in the fridge. Just take the kind of core out of that. Break it up. Pop it in the pot. Try to cut things up roughly the same size, because when you do that, everything cooks at about the same time. If you have a big chunk of stuff, it's going to take a lot longer to cook than a small piece. So if everything's at about the same size, then it all kind of cooks through at the same time. I'm going to pop a pepper in. Peppers really are more for a bit of zing, of flavour, you know. But again, don't have to get too carried away with it. Sort of mouth-sized chunks is what you want to chop stuff down into, depending on, of course, how big your mouth is. So that's all my veg. I'm just going to blanch that off. Then I'm going to put a tin of oxtail soup in. Then I'll put the beef in from yesterday. A few of the vegetables that were left over. And that's going to be dinner this evening. Cooking with gas, people. Doesn't get any better than that. So that's the camp oven with a bit of veg in it. Like I say, just going to blanch it off, soften it up a bit, and then we're going to put the rest of the ingredients in. I say this time and time again, but you know, in my little sink I have a dash of bleach, a little bit of washing up liquid, kind of try and wash down, you know, because out in the field, if you get sick, you stay sick. You know, so a little bit of basic kind of hygiene all goes a long way. A bit of beef from yesterday, got left over. That's going to go in the old stew. And we've got a few vegetables that were also kind of in the stew and left over. So this is going to be the basis of our evening meal. All I'm going to do is chunk this down, like I say, you know, kind of bite-sized pieces. And that's just going to fortify our beautiful stew. bits with the fat in, I'm just sort of putting to one side. They're going to be little treats for Hogue. He won't be too concerned about that. I find for myself it just meat's just a bit stringy if it's got veins of kind of fat running through it. There you go. So, a little bit for us, a little bit for Hogue. Fairsies, sharesies. Okay, Hogue, got a little bit of beef left over for you. Yum yum, bubble gum. Nom 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 nom. Super treats. Super treats for the Hogue dog. Yeah, well done. Good boy. So I'm just blanching off this bit of veg, just to soften it up a bit. In goes a tin of oxtail soup with the beef left over from yesterday. And that is going to be our stew dinner. Okay, so that's the vegetables just blanching off. Secret ingredient's going to be a tin of Heinz oxtail soup. Just gives us kind of beefy stew really, that's all. I've left a little bit of fluid in there, so let's say sort of half a mug of water, but I'll keep an eye on it. Might have to top it up. Give it a bit of a stir. Next thing to go in is the beef left over from yesterday, just chopped down into nice mouth-sized pieces, sort of bite-sized pieces, and give it a stir. Get back. We're going to just simmer it down. Might put a little drop more water in it now actually, but we're just going to simmer it down. That's going to be a bit of stew. Might even put a little bit of rice in there just to thicken it up. Sorted. So I've turned the heat off. It's all looking lovely. What I'm going to do, just to pack it out for two grown hungry men, is the old Uncle Ben's special fried rice. So it's kind of mixed vegetable rice. Just going to put half of that in there. Give it a stir, put the lid on it. Just leave the heat in the pan to cook the rice through. So it's kind of microwave rice, you know, so it only takes 2 minutes in the microwave, so in effect it's already cooked. Pick it up on the knife. That'll be perfect. Oh. Smells absolutely top. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, service. Wow, so caught up with my old mucker. We've had a bit of scoff. Hogan gets his next. It is so quiet and peaceful here. This is really, you know, putting your all the angst of, you know, wives, girlfriends, children, mortgages, work, all of that to one side. Just sitting down, a being able to breathe, if only for 24 hours. Got a nice plate of scoff, got a bottle of beer, good company.
Cheers.
Thanks for coming, people.
Cheers, everybody.
Sorry you got a plate of leftover. Okay, so a bit of dry mixed food for Hogue. Couple of handfuls or a mug kind of full to the brim, and he has a tin of wet meat. I normally feed him once a day, to tell the truth. He normally gets fed at about 7 o'clock in the evening, a little early, 5:30. But he's had a big day today. We've had a good walk through the countryside. Hogan came with us. Had a little bit of explore with some country wildlife, sheep and pigs, pheasants, been chasing things pretty much non-stop since he arrived. That's going to be a little bit of a scoff for Hogue. Let's put it down and see if he's ready. How is it, Hogue? It's okay. You sure? Yes. Yum 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 yum. Right, so that's Hogan fed. He's happy. We've had a nice big bowl of stew, so we're all good. Couple of beers, sun's going down. World's a beautiful place. Let me sort out my sleeping bag, get the truck ready for a good night's sleep.